Hi, Lori Stevens, your Age of Great certified coach with powerful education solutions and life skills prep camp. First, I would like to acknowledge there was no Monday Minute this week, and there's not going to be for quite a while. I'm going to restructure Monday Minute into something different, and so it's kind of on hold for right now. So if you were looking for it, there isn't one. So you won't get a preview of what the Wednesday Wisdom topic is, but today's Wednesday topic is summer. What are you doing with your children for the summer? And I'm not broaching this subject because I have a summer camp, Life Skills Prep Camp. I'm doing it because I have big concerns for kids over the summer. Rather, they're younger in elementary school, they're a little bit older in middle school and seem independent, or even those high schoolers that don't have a job and aren't going to summer school. I have big concerns for them because I know we all like to have downtime. But if you think about how much downtime they're getting, I mean, they really get out at the end of May in Florida and they go all the way until the second week of August with very little structure unless they're going to a camp that has that structure, or unless you're a very organized parent and you have a schedule that you make them follow. So I talk about this because they get bored. They genuinely get bored. But if you tell them to go do something, they don't know what to do. So if as the adult in their world, if we give them things to do, we make them volunteer, we make them go to the library, we make them do some kind of research, we make them help around the house. All of those things are important things for them to learn how to do. And it will also give you, the parent, the opportunity to talk to them about doing things that they really don't want to do. So I have a student who I absolutely admire for his ability to get through doing things he really doesn't want to do. And so I asked him, I said, how do you do that? Because so many of my students can't make themselves do things that they need to do just because there's no real consequence. There's nobody that is they're not going to get in big trouble. I mean, yes, the parent can get mad. Yes, the teacher can get mad, but so what? They still pass. Or there's just some things like that they just don't do. But for instance, this young man that I was referring to, his family needed help because they were doing a lot of gardening this past weekend. And he is a middle school aged young man. He's strong. They had him helping with the yard work, carrying mulch and planting and doing all of those things relative to gardening. And I asked him, I said, did you want to do that? He says, no. I said, okay, how long did you do it? He said, all day Saturday I did it. I said, wow. And you didn't grumble or complain or get mad? He says, no, it makes no sense to do that. I said, well, how'd you get through it? He said, well, I just kept thinking about what I was going to do when I got done. And then at the end of the project, and while he didn't want to participate in the project, he did. At the end, he looked at what they had done, the beauty that they had created, that his two hands had contributed to, and he felt good about that. And it's a really important skill for us to gather and have, especially our kids these days, to be able to push through and do things they don't want to do so that when they become an adult, they can do those things. And if they don't start learning those strategies now, it's going to be harder for them and they're going to fail more as an adult until they learn how to do this. It's called resiliency. And it's something that some people just kind of get, and other people have to be pushed into or taught how to do, or, they just have to, sometimes parents, this is the hardest thing ever. And I've discussed it on my Wednesday Wisdoms before. Sometimes you do have to let them fail and let them have serious consequences. So they start understanding the cause and effect relationship in that. Oh, I didn't do the thing I was supposed to. Here's your consequence. And sometimes the consequence shouldn't come from mom and dad. It should be a natural consequence for whatever it might be. So if they're a teenager and they got a speeding ticket, they need to pay their ticket. They don't pay their ticket. The consequence is what? And then who ultimately has to pay that? I understand parents feel responsible for their kids and we do what should be done. But what I'm saying is that it should be done by the teenager. So why is the parent doing it? It's a line that parents sometimes have a hard time with. And I know when you look at your child and you say, yeah, but he's not doing it and it just needs done, so I'm going to do it. what you're doing is you're teaching him, well, somebody else is going to do it when you don't want to. So you can offer to help him. You can ask him what they need to get it done, that kind of thing. But I'm really encouraging you. I'm inviting you to not do it for them, to invite them to do it, invite them to learn how to do it, and support them in the learning. If you would like to talk about this some more, if you want more information, you want to bounce ideas, reach out. I'm instant message me, reach out, send me an email, and I would be happy to talk to you. The summer is a perfect time to get kids in this gear of doing what they need to do. And I can also certainly help with 8 to Great material that will help with this. All right, thanks a lot. I hope you'll have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday.